The Glory Season 2, What Can We Expect? Starring Song Hye-kyo and Lee Do-hyun, the revenge thriller The Glory received a critical response, especially in Season 1, although a slow-burn plot development left some viewers doubting whether the story would continue, be bloody, action-packed, and even more if you can do anything for money. Hyun starts using it as a tool for her plan. She says that because Myung-ho has nothing that can be taken away from him, she plans to take his life instead. This really happens. Taemin reveals the truth behind Yoon So-hee's passing away to Myung-ho, and that the culprit was Yoon-jin, and her corpse is still in a hospital. Despite planning to use this fact as prey to trap Yoon-jin, Myung-ho probably acts by himself for money, and then mysteriously disappears. According to one of the most likely scenarios, he's tried to bargain with Yoon-jin and has lost his life without being able to make an arrangement. Seeing Yoon-jin treating her wound and trying to clean her famous green shoes in haste in different scenes, and Ju Young-jung visiting the hospital to take a look at So-hee's corpse, but finding nothing at the end of Part 1 really strengthens this theory. Yoon-jin might take the corpse to destroy all evidence proving her crime. After meeting Myung-ho, we also see that one of the spoiled bullies, Sara, is drawing a picture of the green shoes. This led us to think that perhaps she witnessed the incident or discovered who the culprit is while searching for Myung-ho after his disappearance, or even that she is the culprit. Whether So-hee's case would still become a powerful threat or another case, Young-jin escapes, and who the culprit of Myung-ho's case is will unfold in Part 2. Jae Hee-jung, the daughter of a laundry owner who became a flight attendant, being humiliated by the other two of the female villain trio, and therefore wanting to get up to their level. Hee-jung plans to do this with a marriage, but Tong-eun gets closer to her future mother-in-law and threatens her with taking her dream future from her hands. Although Hee-jung has to accept being the pawn of Tong-eun, considering her self-seeking character, it's still possible for her to act on Yoon-jin's side again. The last person who begins to taste Tong-eun's vengeful side is none other than Sara. Dreaming of being an artist and nailing it, Sara is threatened by Tong-eun with her true identity, being a drug addict, and has to give money to her. But this doesn't mean that she's escaped from Tong-eun's revenge. She will still be on the radar of Tong-eun, especially if she comes out to be the culprit in Myung-ho's case. Coming to Tong-eun's real target, Young-jin. Her mother's words give us some clues. She once scolds Yoon-jin, saying to avoid people with O in their names. In Part 1, the first one switching sides were Myung-ho and Hee-jung. The danger for Young-jin from people with O in their name may not be limited to these two. Aside from them, Young-jin is actually surrounded by people having O in their names, from Tong-eun and her daughter Ye-sol to her husband Do-young. Therefore, Yoon-jin, who dreamed of being a great mother and wife since high school, might find her dream collapsed. As screenwriter Kim Won-suk said, the character of Do-young stands for a neutral side in Dong-eun's bullying case. In Part 1, Dong-eun approaches Do-young under the guise of the game of Go and reveals some things at the end that we still don't know. Despite being neutral, will Do-young, who is married to Young-jin only because she seems compelling to him, accept her with that horrible past? Or the possibility that he'll accept her to not tear apart his perfect family and cover up the past? Or he could more likely become a perfect weapon alongside their daughter, Ye-sol, for Young-jin. Talking of Ye-sol, she'll definitely play a key role in Dong-eun's revenge plan. In Part 1, Dong-eun discovers that she's Jae-jun's daughter, thanks to color blindness, which proves their genetic bond, and first reveals this to Jae-jun. After learning this shocking truth, his biggest weakness becomes his daughter, and he decides to do anything to take her custody. He tries to learn further details from Yoon-jin, while Tong-eun has promised Jae-jun that she would help Jae-jun to take custody of Ye-sol. Young-jin seems to not be willing to ruin her current family. Seeing that, will Jae-jun still be on her side or cooperate with Tong-eun? We don't know this yet, but one thing is clear after seeing the bloodied Jae-jun in the still cuts. Jae-jun will have a hard time in Part 2 and will even have to deal with Do-young regarding his daughter. One of the attention-grabbing elements in this series was the appearance of a shaman's house. Yeojin's mother was seen several times while visiting the house and conveying the shaman's words to her daughter. But was that really all about this house? Some netizens think this isn't the case. Toward the end of Part 1, Hyun-nam investigates the house more deeply. She finds out that a young woman going there talk about fortune-telling and finding matches under the shaman's guidance. On the basis of these scenes, viewers speculated that the shaman's house might be a place where prostitution is arranged, without facing repercussions, and Youngjin's family must have their wealth through this with the partnership of police. It's only a theory for now, but checking out the first stills showing both Do-young and Youngjin at the shaman's house and the trailer showing Youngjin's mother opening a locker full of talismans and some other suspicious things, we think that we'll find out the truth in part 2. Back to recently released stills and the trailer, Yo-jung, who is like filming a melodrama by himself, but decides to be the executioner of Tongin afterward, seems to finally really get involved in her plan, while he's seen playing a game of Go with Do-young in the stills. He appears about to inject something into Youngjin, who is lying on the bed in the hospital in the trailer. On the other hand, Tongin might suffer again, perhaps because of losing someone she cares about. She's spotted standing in one of the still cuts and with tearful eyes in another. Also in the trailer, it turns out that not everything progresses under her control, since she appears while shouting at someone, and with a worried face, coming to Hyunnam, who suffers from domestic violence and becomes Tongin's sleuth, with the hope of receiving help in return, appears smiling with her daughter, despite her daughter having scars on her face and shedding tears. Even though Tongin says that unfortunately she cannot have a happy dinner with her daughter, but her revenge will be taken. We honestly wish to see them be happy together. Of the series, on the rooftop of the Eden Villa, the building in front of Yeonjin's house, where Tongin lives.